मेंस्ट्रुअल हाइजीन डे की सभी लोगों को अग्रिम शुभकामनाएं। हम आज आपके सामने एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण और विशेष टॉपिक के साथ आपके सामने आए हैं। एक ऐसा टॉपिक जिस पर लोग बात करना भी पसंद नहीं करते, लेकिन उसके बारे में बहुत सारे मिथ्स फैला के रखते हैं। इसीलिए भारत स्काउट एंड गाइड आपके लिए एक बहुत ही शानदार सेशन उस टॉपिक पर लेकर आया है, जिसका नाम है मेंस्ट्रुअल हाइजीन पीरियड। जैसा कि हम सभी लोग ये जानते हैं कि कोई भी शुभ कार्य शुरू होने से पहले हमें उस परमपिता परमात्मा परमेश्वर का आशीर्वाद लेना जरूरी होता है। सो एट दिस टाइम आई रिक्वेस्ट टू एवरीवन टू स्टैंड अप फॉर द प्रेयर।
दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना, दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना। हमारे ध्यान में आओ प्रभु, आँखों में बस जाओ, अंधेरे दिल में आकर के परम ज्योति जगा देना। बहा दो प्रेम की गंगा, दिलों में प्रेम का सागर, हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना। हमारा कर्म हो सेवा, हमारा धर्म हो सेवा, सदा ईमान हो सेवा, वो सेवक चर बना देना। वतन के वास्ते जीना, वतन के वास्ते मरना, वतन पर जान फिदा करना, प्रभु हमको सिखा देना। दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना, दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना।
Pradyuman, switch on your.
थैंक यू। मे यू ऑल बी सीटेड। ये लाल रक्त पीढ़ियों की सीढ़ी है। मासिक धर्म कोई पाप नहीं, ये तो देन है प्रकृति की, इसका होना कोई अभिशाप नहीं। मैं इस बात से रूबरू हूं, जाने कैसी तन्हाई छाई है। अब लोगों ने एक शारीरिक समस्या पर भी छूत अछूत की बीमारी लगाई है। हेलो एवरीवन, हेलो, नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल, नमो बुद्धाय, जय जिनेंद्र। मैं आपका दोस्त, आपका होस्ट प्रद्युमन राज, आप सभी भारत स्काउट एंड गाइड के सभी सम्मानित मेंबर्स, अधिकारी गण, हमारे सारे गणमान्य अतिथि और आप सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स का इस शानदार भव्य सेशन में आप सभी लोगों का तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूं। मेरे साथ इस सेशन की आपकी एक नई दोस्त और एक होस्ट वो भी हमारे साथ है, जिनका नाम है मिस इमली।
Hello and welcome to the day one of Menstrual Hygiene Day event. I'm excited to tell you that our friends from Bangladesh, Cambodia, Colombia, Malawi, Nepal, Germany, and Philippines are here with us. Special welcome to them. I know you have been desperately waiting for the moment, and since the day you have registered, go ahead and pinch yourself because this is the reality. My brothers and sisters, buckle up. We will be breaking myths, creating awareness, building confidence, learning more about the essence of menstruation, and spreading love with our scouting power.
बिल्कुल इमली, ये सेशन बहुत ही शानदार और जानदार होने वाला है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हम एक अच्छे और सच्चे ह्यूमन बीइंग बनने के लिए तैयार हैं। अब मैं इस सेशन में आए हुए सारे अतिथियों, सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स और सारे गणमान्य अतिथियों का फिर से तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूं।
As a commander commands to launch the attack, so also I call upon Srimati Tashna Pavaskar, Joint Director Guide of the Bharat Scouting Guides, to pronounce the inauguration and welcome speech for the program.
A very good evening. A very good evening to all the members present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all the participants on this platform of Zoom, as well as our YouTube channel. Menstrual Hygiene Day is celebrated on May 28th. Our children, our young members of the National Youth Committee, as well as all the other active members of youth, came together and they said that they need this day to be celebrated. This day is though celebrated only on one day, that is the 28th of May. And many of the members gave their opinion on what they wanted to learn about this menstrual hygiene. What are their questions, their doubts that they had about this menstrual hygiene? And that's why we had to come up with 3 days webinar, which is 24th, 26th, and 28th. As we all know, Menstrual Hygiene Day, May 28th, is an annual global event to raise awareness about the challenges women and girls face due to menstruation and to highlight solutions that address their challenges. MSD also provides a platform to advocate for making menstrual hygiene management a part of local, national, and global policies, as well as programs, projects, and activities. For your surprise, you will know there are more than 340 partner organizations who are working on the worldwide platform to combat this issue. We have also learned about it, about not speaking about it. We know there is something about menstruation, but we haven't allowed to speak about it. So this is the time, maybe you're not still able to have or grab that confidence to speak about it, but all your don't know areas, all your don't know factors, all the knowledge that you would need has been brought together by my young members, my young team of rovers and rangers, who will be presenting you this 3 days webinar. I welcome all the members on the Zoom as well as YouTube channel and all the members from abroad, the other Asia Pacific Airways Africa region country members, the girls, welcome you all. I also welcome Chamatya Fernando, from Sri Lanka Girl Guides Association, who is our lead volunteer for Generation Equality Forum at the UN platform. She plays a very important role in making the young think and roll their brains around, brainstorm of why things should happen and how we can make that change. She's also a former World Board member of WAGS and a very, very, very active member from her very young age. We also have our very own Additional Chief National Commissioner, Mr. M.A. Khalid sir. Thank you, sir, for taking our invitation and being part of this platform, where this issue is not about just educating the female about menstrual, but it's also educating the male on how they can support the females to make a better community. We also have our director, sir, R.K. Kaushik, sir, for giving us a free hand to take this initiative, to take this taboo question, taboo type of word, which we do a lot. Thank you, sir, for giving us this free hand. And I again welcome all the members. I hope all your questions are being answered into this webinar. And I look forward for make a wonderful, wonderful community, gender equal, and where we are not silenced for not thinking and not talking about things like menstrual hygiene. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your warm welcome. Truly, we will ride on the coattails of your word. Now, let us leap into the portal of virtual dimension, abiding the laws of cinematography, through a short video here with us.
रुक सा गया है, वक्त हमारे हाथ में थम सा गया है, इस वक्त का सही से इस्तेमाल करते हैं। जैसे गार्डन में फूलों का खिलना, सांस लेना नेचुरल है, उसी तरह नेचुरल है हर महीने पीरियड्स का आना। जिस खून में ताकत है जिंदगी देने की, उस खून से जमाने को नफरत क्यों है? जिनका भी खून बहता है और गर्व रहे कि बहता है, वो बात करेंगे उनसे जो ये सुनने को भी मुकरते हैं। ना आना किचन में, ना छूना किसी चीज को, ऐसे अजीब टैबूज बनाते हैं। अरे अलग अलग बॉडीज है, सबके अलग अलग से चलते हैं, ना कोई बुरा ना कोई अच्छा, सब में सब बसते हैं। तो चलो सही मायने में रिश्तों की बॉन्डिंग बनाते हैं। रिश्ता एक बेटे का अपने परिवार से, जिसे लड़का या लड़की प्यार सबसे हो जाता है। रिश्ता बेटी का अपने पिता से, रिश्ता दो जोड़ों का या उस व्यक्ति का। औरत आदमी से परे जिसकी जिंदगी का सार है। इन्हीं बातों ख्यालातों से रिश्तों को समझा जाएगा, पुरानी सोच को नए सोच से बदला जाएगा। और इसके लिए इससे ज्यादा बेहतर वक्त और क्या हो सकता है? इस लॉकडाउन को एक जरिया बनाए बात करने का, अपने परिवारों से, चाहने वालों से। ये सब अंदर फंसे मसले जब बाहर निकाले जाएंगे, आप भी देखेंगे कैसे शब्दों से भी दुनिया बदली जाती है।
सच में ये 1.5 मिनट का वीडियो हमसे बहुत कुछ कह गया ना। आप सभी लोगों, जो भी लोग इस पीड़ा को महसूस करते हैं या जो भी लोग इस पीड़ा को समझने का प्रयास करते हैं, मैं उनको सैल्यूट करता हूँ। इस वीडियो को देखने के बाद सच में मैं तहे दिल से उन सारी ह्यूमन बींग्स के सामने नतमस्तक हो जाता हूँ जो इस पीड़ा को अपने हर एक महीने में अपने गर्भ में संभालते हैं। In our Indian culture, we says that Atithi Devo Bhava. So now, time to hear our first guest of honor. But पहले मैं आप सभी से जानना चाहता हूँ, क्या आप सभी लोग तैयार हैं हमारे आज के सेशन के अतिथियों से रूबरू होने के लिए? अगर हाँ, तो आप सभी की वर्चुअल क्लैप्स एंड वार्म विशेस के साथ मैं वेलकम करना चाहूँगा हमारी शाम के पहले गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर को। ही इज एडिशनल चीफ नेशनल कमिश्नर, नन अदर देन मिस्टर M.A. Khalid sir. I humbly request to Mr. Khalid sir that you create blessings on our program with the aura of your words and grace this session.
Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone. It's wonderful that we are having participants not only from our own country, but also from the Asia Pacific region, the African region. It announces how important the subject is and how Bharat Scouts and Guides is playing a very proactive role. We should also be thankful to the National Youth Committee, who have been doing a wonderful job. This is the first time I'm seeing all of them very proactive in most of the events, and there's one such very important event. Obviously, I'm very happy to be here amongst you all in this menstrual hygiene event. Needless to say, it's a key component and crucial for almost half the population of the world. I should congratulate the Bharat Scouts and Guides and the Youth Committee who have been consistently undertaking on this very critical aspect in a girl's life. Now, the question before us is, can there be a world without period poverty and stigma possible with various myths and misconceptions floating or hovering around it? We should admit that this is one of the challenging areas as it's deep-rooted with taboos and myths, creating the illusion that menstruation is inherently shameful or dirty. In many countries, including our own country, access, affordability, and disposal of menstrual materials is a colossal problem. Reports of women using old fabric, rags, etc., to manage their flow are plenty, and it's quite shameful for a progressive society. Many organizations, as just now Darshana said, over 340 organizations are involved in this, who have taken up the cause of menstrual hygiene, and we in Bharat Scouts and Guides, along with WACS, the world body, have kicked in this advocacy about 2 years back to enlighten our girl guides and rangers, numbering over 2.5 million, who in turn have been educating and will further educate them in their own communities and neighborhoods, which is extremely important. This is an event embarked upon to create awareness of good menstrual hygiene management and to speak about the impact the menstrual hygiene can have on girls' lives. Further, this event covering 3 days is not only to commemorate, but also to educate our population, assumes more importance for the fact that we are undertaking amidst the pandemic, a monstrous pandemic which has claimed over hundreds of thousands of lives all over the world. Just day before yesterday was another very important day, as our National Youth Committee conducted a very important and successful webinar on COVID-19, its myth and facts. We should congratulate them for their initiatives. In this event, Bharat Scouts and Guides is bringing voices together and also actions of different individuals from our various state units and now also from the API region and the African region, and engage them in decision makers to increase appropriate action, raise awareness, and change negative social norms around menstrual hygiene management. Our focus and commitment on menstrual hygiene being that no girl should be driven out of her home when a period occurs or shunned by society. She should never be treated as dirty or forced to miss her regular activities because she cannot afford sanitary supplies. All of you in Bharat Scouts and Guides have a responsibility to ensure all barriers to girls' success are removed to achieve their fullest potential and live their life with dignity as projected by WACS. I'm thankful to the Youth Committee and the National Headquarters for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to participate. And I do hope that this evening And the next two sessions are 26th and 28th with enlightened speakers, PowerPoint presentations, interactive sessions. Question and answer would bear fruitful results with resounding success and help you to digest this crucial subject in a very positive way. I'm wishing this event a very successful one. Thank you very much.
Indeed, spoken words of wisdom, just as the Beatles sing, let it be. Thank you, sir. Now, I give time to Ms. Chamatya Fernando, a member of Sri Lanka Girl Guides Association. She served in the Global Beijing Plus 25 Youth Task Force set up by the UN Women and is currently serving in the core group, which is the highest decision-making body for the Generation Equality Forum. The virtual podium is yours.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much in the first place to Bharat Scouts and Girl Guides for inviting me to this event, because I know the kind of amazing work y'all are doing at the grassroots level. And especially on this topic, it is so striking and so wonderful to see boys and girls both coming together and speaking out for such a sensitive topic that people tend to kind of neglect and try to kind of avoid. So it's so empowering to see that the amazing work y'all are doing at the local level, trying to bring in more boys, more girls coming together and working on this cause. Especially speaking about, and it's amazing to see the kind of support you all get from your leadership to really put this work forward and to really push for it, because I'm sure y'all come across many challenges, many mindsets that y'all have to work with, many stigma, myths around it, that y'all are every day breaking these stereotypes. Especially when speaking about menstrual hygiene and period poverty. I think one of the biggest causes for this is the lack of education people have, whether it be Girl Guides or whether it be Boy Scouts. I think overall people have to come together and be able to educate more adolescents and more young people about it. And not just limiting ourselves to adolescents and young people, but also to speak to adults, to their families. So how are we going to, as a movement, working on non-formal education, how are we going to make sure that we can take this education and awareness to really be able to break those stereotypes and myths and stigma around menstrual hygiene? We see that sometimes girls skip going to school because they can't afford to have sanitary napkins, or they don't have the required sanitary facilities in their schools, so they tend to not go to school. So how are we going to ensure we can have a society, we can have a community that really supports these girls to be able to equally engage in their education? So how can we come together to, we can't necessarily put this, blame or put the ball to, different stakeholders saying, oh, the government has to do this, the other organizations have to do this, people with, funding have to do this. I think it's about us all coming together and working together on this. So I think, firstly, I think it's important to highlight, I have been one of the World Board members of WAGS. And within that capacity, when we were speaking about different issues that, affect girls and young women to fully engage, fully participate in many activities. One of the biggest barriers they find is the lack of sanitary, facilities, the lack of required sexual and reproductive health services that need for their meaningful engagement. So I think overall, as a voluntary organization and, coming together, I'm from Sri Lanka, but I also understand the kind of issues and challenges that, probably you are facing being in India, because, we are coming from the same region, but also looking at a global perspective, how these issues has affected people overall, whether it's in Africa or whether it's in the Pacific Islands or whether it's in South America or the Latin America. So it's a common issue that many girls and young women face on a daily basis. So I think it's really amazing to see what kind of work y'all are putting in India to bring this topic to the table and to really push for it, to help girls and young women understand their potential and to be able to work at it, but also bringing in the voices to be able to really, come together and work on it. It also has a gender lens to it, because, somebody who's working now for a long time with the UN, with different organizations on gender related issues, I know that this is one aspect we speak about when it comes to sexual and reproductive health and rights of adolescent girls and young women. So I think it's equally important for us to be able to highlight how we could support more work like this, more youth-led activities like this. I would always call out to so many people out there working on these issues to be able to provide financial resourcing to organizations like Bharat Scouts and Guides, to be able to do this more work at the grassroots level, at the local level. So that's, one of the call outs we do to so many organizations and decision makers, because, the kind of the amazing work y'all can do to inspire more young people to be able to do that. So, as somebody who's been working in this area of gender-based violence to sexual and reproductive health and rights, I know that it's always a very tricky subject to work on, because it's sensitive in some ways. We also have to deal with a lot of stigma. We also have to kind of try to balance how we sometimes communicate issues around this. So it always has been a challenge. But I think what's important is to keep going, to not let go, to not give up the kind of powerful work y'all do at the local level. I know that Darshan and team is there to kind of back the amazing work that y'all are doing. So always have that trust with your leadership, the kind of backing y'all have to lead that work, and always know that youth have such a powerful tool of being able to reach out, the outreach, the mobilization y'all can do for more adolescents and young people. So always think about different ways you can take this education and awareness to more people in a way that in the most creative and innovative way. I know that as a young person myself, that it's not the easiest thing when you have to also struggle with finding funding for these initiatives, resourcing, the kind of bureaucracy you have to sometimes go through to get approvals from the government organization. So these are really practical issues that young people have to go through when you have to do a lot of work on subjects like this. But good thing is that y'all have that support already from the organization, and y'all already have such a huge network island-wide. So you can actually look at going to constituencies beyond maybe the Boy Scouts and Girl Guides. For example, your indigenous communities and rural villages where young people might not have access to digital resources and services like y'all do, probably who's already on Zoom and YouTube right now. So look at those different constituencies that y'all can reach out to. Maybe youth living with disabilities, indigenous youth. I think you have Dalit communities in India who sometimes find it very hard to access such information and education. So look at different constituencies that you can reach out to with this information and education, because what y'all are doing right now means so much to those girls and young women who probably struggling with so many day-to-day menstrual health, hygiene, and period poverty overall. So that lack of information awareness is one side of how we can address that challenge to provide that education and awareness, versus on the other hand side also providing health services or products, resources that they will need to be able to meaningfully participate and engage. So how we can come together and ensure that we create a world which is free from stigma, free from stereotypes, free from, harassment or discrimination based on something which is so natural and biologically what girls and young women have to kind of, work through. So it's I think it's in your hands, and I'm very proud to say that we are a part of, this global movement that would, support this kind of work. We will always cheer for y'all. We will always champion the amazing work y'all are doing. So keep working at it and keep exploring how more you can, do to engage more girls, engage more boys in this conversation. And if you keep doing this, I'm sure we will very soon see a world free from, all the issues and challenges that we discussed already, and also look at different creative and innovative ways you can deal with some of this, because it's a constant challenge, like I said, that we always come across. Do we have the resourcing, the financing to support our work? So it's about how you create these spaces for more girls and young women, which is going to be safe and inclusive and diverse, and it's in your hands. So I'm very sure that it is in safe hands, and y'all will continue to kind of keep doing this amazing work. So all the best to everyone who's joined today via Zoom and also listening in from YouTube, but also look at how you can engage more and do more in this. So as volunteers, both myself and all of you, so we have this power of putting our energy and efforts to something which is worthwhile, which needs that attention, which needs our work on, because sometimes some people's voices don't get to the table. So we are the voice for the voiceless. So y'all are doing what somebody really needs to be speaking about all these issues and challenges. So always know that, and keep doing the inspiring work that y'all are doing on menstrual health and hygiene, and to reduce period poverty around, in India, but also as the global movement, the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, we would always look at how to give this education to our adolescent girls and young women within the movement, but also outside, but also engage everybody else in this conversation. And let's look forward for a world which is inclusive and diverse and free from any kind of discrimination based on this. Yes, thank you so much for inviting me, and hope we have a really good session for the rest of the day and the next 2 sessions that's going to come up, and I'm sure it will be equally interesting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wise words. और आपने बहुत सारी बातें हमसे कही जिनको बहुत जल्दी अमल पे लाना ज़रूरी है, और एक दिन ऐसा भी हम लाएंगे जिस दिन हमें कहीं पे भी पीरियड्स को रिलेटेड कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हमें फेस नहीं करनी पड़ेगी.
Now it is time to put on your thinking caps and become actively activated for the upcoming question and answer poll. Please take your time.
आपको क्वेश्चन आंसर पोल में कुछ क्वेश्चंस आपको दिख रहे होंगे जिनका मैं आपको हिंदी मतलब बताता हूँ. सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन है, हाउ कंफर्टेबल डू यू फील टॉकिंग अबाउट पीरियड्स? आप पीरियड्स के बारे में बात करने पर कितने कंफर्टेबल हैं? आपको वहां पर 4 ऑप्शन दिए गए हैं, आपको उनमें से एक चूज करना है. उसके बाद अगला क्वेश्चन है, हाउ डू वी मेक टॉकिंग अबाउट पीरियड्स मोर फेवरेटेबल फॉर मेंस्ट्रुअल इन द कम्युनिटी? हम इसको कैसे एक फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट बना सकते हैं, आपस की कम्युनिटी में बात कर कर हम कैसे इसके बारे में जागरूकता ला सकते हैं. सो आपको यहाँ पर 3 ऑप्शन दिख रहे होंगे, आपको जो भी बेटर लगे आप वहाँ पे क्लिक कर सकते हैं. उसके बाद अगला क्वेश्चन है, लास्ट टाइम 40% ऑफ गर्ल्स एंड यंग वुमेन टोल्ड अस they didn't receive enough education about period growing up. What should your country do about it? आपको इसमें बताना है, क्योंकि एक सर्वे के हिसाब से 40% महिलाओं और जो भी गर्ल्स होती हैं उन्होंने बताया है कि उन्हें उस पीरियड्स के बारे में सही जानकारी या सही एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड नहीं की गई है। तो आप हमें ये बताइए कि हमारी कंट्री इसके बारे में क्या कर सकती है। अगला क्वेश्चन है, हैज कोविड-19 मेड योर पीरियड्स मोर चैलेंजिंग टू मैनेज? हाँ, आपका अगला क्वेश्चन है, क्या कोविड-19 आपके पीरियड्स को और चैलेंजिंग बनाया है? उसने आपके पीरियड्स को मैनेज करने को और चैलेंजिंग बनाया है? आप जो भी ऑप्शन आपको लगे वो आप क्लिक करके अगला क्वेश्चन पे आएंगे। इफ यस, अगर हाँ, व्हाट इज द मेन रीजन? उसका मुख्य कारण क्या था? कोई भी कारण जो भी आपको सही लगता है उसे सिलेक्ट करके आगे बढ़िए। अगला क्वेश्चन है, इज एनी ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टॉपिंग यू from getting safe and reliable sanitary products during COVID-19? क्या आपको किसी क्या आप सॉरी हाँ इज एनी हाँ ओके ठीक है, क्या आपको किसी भी तरीके की परेशानी या फिर सैनिटरी प्रोडक्ट्स को लेकर कोविड-19 के टाइम पर आई है? अगर आई है तो आप आप जो भी आपको ऑप्शन सही लगे उस पर क्लिक करके आप आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। उसके बाद अगला है, व्हाट एक्टिविटीज आर यू or your community is doing to supporting girls and women around periods during COVID-19? We want to know about your amazing work and ideas. So आप यहाँ पर अपना जो भी आपको लगे उचित ऑप्शन वो आप यहाँ पर क्लिक कर कर आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। एंड नाउ अगला क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट मेंस्ट्रुएशन? आप माहवारी के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं? फ्रॉम मेल पर्सपेक्टिव, जो भी मेल प्रोस्पेक्टिव हैं आप उनमें से बता सकते हैं। जो भी यहाँ पर लोग मेल हैं वो वहाँ पर आपको जो भी उचित लगता है उस पर क्लिक करके आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। डू यू थिंक मैन कैन प्ले अ रोल इन मेंस्ट्रुएशन? क्या आपको लगता है एक पुरुष आपकी माहवारी में कोई जिम्मेदार रोल निभा सकता है? अगर आपको लगता है तो कुछ भी जो भी आपको ऑप्शन सही लगता है उसको क्लिक करके आगे बढ़िए। उसके बाद, हाउ डू यू थिंक मैन कैन सपोर्ट मेंस्ट्रुएशन इन मेंस्ट्रुएटर्स इन मेंस्ट्रुएशन? आपको क्या लगता है जो भी माहवारी से जूझ रहे लोग होते हैं, जो भी ह्यूमन बीइंग्स होते हैं, उनको एक पुरुष माहवारी के टाइम पर कैसे मेंस्ट्रुएट मतलब कैसे उनकी हेल्प कर सकता है? सो आपके यहाँ पर सवाल पूरे हुए। Indeed, that was an intense brainstorming and swashbuckling exchange of question and answer. आई होप आप सारे लोगों ने लास्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन से बहुत सारी नॉलेज ऑब्जर्व करी होगी। अब कार्यक्रम की बेला को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। चलिए हम फिजिकल, मेंटल और सोशल नॉलेज को और बढ़ाते हैं। हमारे साथ आज हमारे बीच में कुछ ऐसे 4 मेंबर उपस्थित हैं जो कि आपको अपनी इस शाखा के ओके आप अभी जाकर अगर आप देखना चाहें तो आपको शायद चैट बॉक्स में आपका रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा। नाउ हम थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ाते हैं कार्यक्रम को। आई होप आप सभी लोगों ने लास्ट क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर पोल से बहुत सारी नॉलेज ऑब्जर्व करी होगी। अब कार्यक्रम की बेला को आगे बढ़ाते हैं और चलिए हम फिजिकल, मेंटल, सोशल नॉलेज को और बढ़ाते हैं। हमारे साथ इस सेशन में ऐसे कुछ लोग प्रेजेंट हैं जो आपको इस शाखा के अनुभव को हमारे साथ साझा करेंगे और हमारे उनको हुई तात्कालिक पीड़ा से हमको रूबरू कराएंगे। सो आई cordially invite Miss Adiba Asraf, Girl Guide from Bangladesh. I cordially invite Miss Adiba Asraf, Girl Guide from Bangladesh. अगर वो प्रेजेंट नहीं है, देन कार्यक्रम को थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ाते हैं, और अगर वो प्रेजेंट हैं तो प्लीज एक बार आप मुझे बता दीजिए।
Hello. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm Adiba, a guide member from Nirmal Open Group of Bangladesh Girl Guides Association. First of all, I want to thank for inviting me here today. Today, I'm gonna share about a very special moment, yes, about my first menstruation. So after the annual exam of class 5, there was a long vacation. So I went to my grandma's house and stayed there for a week. So when I was staying there, I just suddenly felt like something was wrong with me, and I quickly went to washroom, and I saw that I was bleeding. I was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" Though I had a little idea about it, but I really got scared for a moment, and I shared the matter with my mother. She is my best friend, so she told me it is very natural, dear. There is nothing to be scared of. She taught me how to use the sanitary napkins, how to use this, how to handle this situation and everything. Now it's really normal for me, it's natural. But in our society, there are still some people who can't take it easily, They feel shy about it or want to hide it from others. But I really want an end to these things so that we can have a friendly environment. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
थैंक यू अदीबा। अब
Have a nice
थोड़ा सा
day, everyone.
थैंक यू। अब थोड़ा सा कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हैं, और कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हम अपने साथ जुड़े सेकंड मेंबर जिनका एक्सपीरियंस सुनेंगे वो हैं डॉक्टर राज्यलक्ष्मी मैम, स्टेट प्रोजेक्ट कोऑर्डिनेटर फ्रॉम तेलंगाना।
Good evening to one and all. I wish a happy menstrual hygiene day. Myself Rajalakshmi from Telangana state. I would like to share my first period experience with you. My first period started when I completed my 9th standard and was in 10th summer coaching. For this reason, I stopped schooling for 11 days. I was 14 years old. Until then, our elders and parents had never spoken to me about menstruation. When saw my first period cramp, when saw my first period strain, my mother informed to our grandparents. Our two grandparents, Amamma and Nanamma, came to my home to take care of me. When they arrived, they isolated me and sat down me on a mat which is made with the borasas leaves. In Telugu, which are called as Tatakulu, for 11 days. Those days no allowed to touch me. My grandparents and 3 members of neighbors bathed me with oil massage and hot water. Hot water, which is herbal water, made with the use of neem, eucalyptus, and white eggs day after day, which is called Abhyangana Snana. All lavenders used to give me special protein food made with raw rice and pulses, which is very tasty, called as pongali and pulagam. Those days non-veg and milk products are not allowed. 11th day we have grand celebration. All relatives, elders and well-wishers came and blessed me. They believed that if we have menstrual disorders and infertility, it will be lost by the blessings given by the elders. Now I have 21 minus 2 years menstrual experience, minus 2 for I have 2 kids. I have no experience in period cramps, stomachache, headache, body pains because my mother and grandparents suggested me good diet and healthy tips during menstruation. And menstruation is a blessing to the female. Finally, congratulations, and I wish this event to be a great success. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. मुझे पता है आप सभी लोग पोल का इंतजार कर रहे हैं, पोल के रिजल्ट्स का इंतजार कर रहे हैं, बट थोड़ा सा सब्र रखते हैं ना, आगे चलते हैं। अभी हम उन लोगों को सुन लेते हैं जिन लोग अपने फर्स्ट पीरियड्स का एक्सपीरियंस हमारे साथ शेयर करने वाले हैं। उसके जस्ट बाद ही हम आपको पोल का रिजल्ट भी शेयर कर देंगे। सो अब नाउ टाइम टू इनवाइट मिस इनिया, स्काउट फ्रॉम जर्मनी, टू शेयर her first period's experience.
Hello and good evening to everyone. Thank you very much for the invitation, and special thanks to everyone working on this topic, because I also think it's very important to share about it and make it more openly discussed in every society, also here in Germany actually. Actually, when I had my first period, I didn't even realize. I just kind of like threw my underwear into the laundry, changed my underwear, and that was pretty much it. And since in the beginning it's not on a regular like schedule, I don't even remember when my second period was. I don't even really remember what age I was, but I feel like I didn't really know enough about it in the beginning, and the education on menstruation should start earlier so the girls can be actually prepared for when and whatever is happening, especially because everyone is a different age when it starts. But especially in scouting, we had one situation in a camp where one of our girls in my troop had her first period on a hike. And every summer we are hiking for about a week. And like this one summer, all the girls in my group, we were all on the same cycle somehow. And my troop leader, she was just like, okay, we'll go to the next supermarket, period pads for everyone. And that's it. And it's such a bonding moment for young girls actually to be in the same situation and to be able to talk about it and share things in a safe space. And actually this seminar, now joining the seminar and thinking about the topic, it just made me realize again how weird it is that menstruation has such a negative stigma in society, as menstruation is this cycle that is menstruation makes life possible. That's the only reason why we can give birth to children. So it should be a positive thing and a present to all of us. So let's try to change the stigma in the society. And thank you very much for your work.
Thank you so much, ma'am. और in the last, हम इनवाइट करेंगे मिस प्रिया द्विवेदी को, शो की रेंजर हैं दिल्ली से। सो मिस प्रिया द्विवेदी, आप प्लीज अपना फर्स्ट पीरियड एक्सपीरियंस हमारे साथ शेयर करें।
Thank you, Pradyuman. Namaskar and a very good evening to everyone. I'm Priya from Delhi. Today I'm going to share my first experience of period. So as everybody know, every girl has its own schedule. So friends, I was in class 10th and at Jaipur for my Rashtrapati camp, and was second day of camp when I got my first period, and it was a very chilling winter day. So it was really unexpected thing for me, as I was in class 10, so I already aware about everything and mature enough to understand what is going on. But still, I don't know what to expect, and it made me so uncomfortable. I know I was unsure of the next experience and likely a little bit irritated. And the other hand, I decided to not to panic. Means I immediately told to my senior that I got my first period, and she just smiled and very nicely explained each and everything, that how I have to use sanitary, how I have to take care of myself, that it was my first period and on at the campsite, and it was main thing is winters. So she arranged each and everything like warm water, and somehow I felt like wow, VIP treatment means in camp of Rashtrapati. They arrange everything like bed rest and also warm water. I was like, oh, I'm very special now. I realized that periods are natural. Literally, she helped me out. Then I realized it is very natural and a very healthy part of a girl's life. We shouldn't get in the way of exercising, having fun and enjoying life. Having your first period is scary, but it is something that you shouldn't left your life effective. And what you do over time, it gets better. I enjoy the camp a lot. Believe me, I ignored everything. And having your first period is scary, but it is something that you always remember. In last, I just want to say keep yourself hygiene and eat healthy, do whatever you love and whatever you like, and just enjoy. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच प्रिया। आई थिंक अभी टाइम हो गया है, क्योंकि आपके बारे में आपने जो बोला उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा हम थोड़ा देर बाद बात करते हैं। अभी थोड़ा सा शेयर कर लेते हैं उन रिस्पॉन्सेस को जो कि हमारे क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर पोल पर आए हैं। सो आई रिक्वेस्ट टू आईटी टीम टू शेयर द पोल रिजल्ट। फोर्टी 48.5% पीपल आर वेरी कंफर्टेबल, जो बात करने में अपने आप को फ्री महसूस करते हैं। उसके बाद 60% पीपल, देन आपके सामने रिजल्ट्स अपने आप ही आ गए हैं। सो आप अपने अपने आंसर्स यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं। आई थिंक सारे लोगों ने अपने अपने आंसर्स देख लिए होंगे, और अब थोड़ा सा बात कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि सच में ये आसान नहीं होता कि किसी भी टाइम पर अपने पीरियड्स को इस तरीके से, अपने पीरियड्स के पहले उस अनुभव को सबके सामने शेयर कर पाना। जितनी आसानी से हमारे चारों मेंबर्स ने उस तरीके को शेयर किया है, सच में आप लोगों के साहस और जुनून को मेरा प्रणाम है ना एमली? ये आसान नहीं होता अपने उस एक्सपीरियंस को शेयर करना जिसके बारे में सारे लोग बात करने से भी हिचकिचाते हैं।
Of course, yes, Pradyuman. It is not very easy. It is a very, very challenging work, and I will salute to the brave ones who shared the experience with us, and also to the ones who made their experience, a sweet, a VIP one. And then I think through their story, we realized that, scouting is also a way of bonding where we do have the sisterhood and brotherhood in within. So here, my courageous one, I salute you. People, it's time for an online refreshment. We have something bonus for us here with us. So SBCs, please take your time.
Everyone, I am Dimpi Talukdar, State Project Coordinator of Assam State, and I'm going to speak about U-Report and its importance.
शब्दों में कहें तो यू रिपोर्ट एक सोशल प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसमें युवा FB, SMS, WhatsApp के माध्यम से अपने से जुड़े मुद्दों पे अपनी स्वतंत्र रूप से राय व अपना सुझाव रख सकते हैं।
U-Report is a messaging tool that empowers young people around the world to engage with and speak out on the issue that matters to them.
U-Report का उद्देश्य युवाओं के उन मुद्दों को संबोधित करना है जो कि युवाओं के बारे में है, जैसे कि रोजगार से लेकर भेदभाव और बाल विवाह तक। यू पोल के माध्यम से उन मुद्दों को संबोधित करते हैं व उन्हें बदलने के लिए सहयोग करते हैं। यू रिपोर्ट का डाटा स्थानीय सरकार, सामुदायिक आयोजनों व यूनिसेफ के पास जाता है, जिससे कि युवाओं के हित में सकारात्मक रूप से वह ये बदलाव ला सकें।
It works by gathering opinion and information from young people on the topic they care about. ranging from employment to discrimination. For example, when natural disaster is in the horizon, we can activate U-Reporter and send short, sharp, simple messages to those living in the path of storm and keep in touch of U-Reporters in real time.
अप्रैल 2020 जब भारत स्काउट गाइड ने यू रिपोर्ट के साथ साझेदारी करी थी। अब हम भारतीय युवा भी, हम भारत स्काउट गाइड के युवा भी यू रिपोर्ट मंच पर अपनी आवाज़, अपने मुद्दे को स्वैच्छिक रूप से रख सकते हैं।
One of the key objectives of U-Report India, it is a free youth-facing engagement platform that will be aimed to help enhance the engagement of adolescents on the issue they identify as important to them. U-Report India will aim to focus on developing lineage and enrich policy dialogues and program implementation strategies and approaches by issuing data and information compiled from the U-Report polls. U-Report is now active in 68 countries and benefiting over 11 million around the world. It is free and easy to use.
अब तो मैं भी यू रिपोर्टर बनना चाहती हूँ। क्या आप भी चाहते हैं?
If you too want to be a reporter, put thumbs up in your chat box.
चलिए तो हम अब कुछ स्टेप्स फॉलो करते हैं और जल्द से बन जाते हैं एक यू रिपोर्टर। तैयार हैं? तो चलिए अपना फ़ोन उठाइए और सबसे पहले यू रिपोर्टर नाम से एक नंबर सेव करिए जो कि 9650414141 है। 9650414141 है। जब आप ये नंबर सेव कर लें उसके बाद आप अपना व्हाट्सएप खोलिएगा और उसमें यू रिपोर्ट की चैट ओपन करके उसमें सबसे पहला मैसेज BSG, B फॉर भारत, S फॉर स्काउट्स, G फॉर गाइड्स भेज दीजिएगा।
Now, step 2. Answer the general question that will be asked in your chat box. That is your name, your age, your gender, your reason, your state, your position in guiding or scouting.
बहुत बढ़िया। अब आप एक यू रिपोर्टर बन चुके हैं। आपको एक धन्यवाद मैसेज प्राप्त हुआ। तो ध्यान से देखिए, उसमें आपने 20 पॉइंट्स अर्जित किए हैं और साथ ही साथ आपको आपकी यू रिपोर्टर आईडी मिल गई है।
Put on and share with your friends. Ask them to join and don't forget to refer your ID. Win excited gifts and certificate as the chain goes on. Are you excited? So, do.
मैं तो अपनी यू रिपोर्टर आईडी शेयर करने जा रही हूँ। अब हम यू रिपोर्टर बन चुके हैं और अब हमें पता है कि हमें आगे अपने दोस्तों को कैसे यू रिपोर्टर बनाना है। तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद। घर पे रहें, सुरक्षित रहें।
Wow! Are you saying that our voices will be heard anonymously? And not only we learn and educate ourselves, we'll be getting U points and also certificates and extra gifts. Pradyuman, ain't it fun to be a U reporter?
हाँ, सो आई होप सारे लोग जाकर 9650414141 नंबर को अपने फोन में व्हाट्सएप पर सेव करने वाले हैं और सेव करने के बाद एक यू रिपोर्टर बनने वाले हैं और यू रिपोर्टर बनने के बाद बहुत सारी धूम मचाने वाले हैं। एक बेहतर इंसान बनना है तो यू रिपोर्टर पर जरूर लॉग इन करें। अब कार्यक्रम को थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ाते हैं। जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि भारतवर्ष में काव्य और कविता का एक अलग और बड़ा महत्व रहा है। फिर हम काव्य और कविता में पीछे कैसे रह सकते हैं? अब के इस अवसर पर हमारे बीच में अपनी कविता के माध्यम से मेंस्ट्रुअल के पैन और मेंस्ट्रुअल के बारे में बहुत शानदार ज्ञान लेकर आने वाली हैं मिस शिवानी रेंजर फ्रॉम दिल्ली।
थैंक यू सो मच प्रद्युमन। आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। मैं रेंजर शिवानी गुप्ता, दिल्ली राज्य भारत स्काउट एंड गाइड से आज मैं आप सभी के समक्ष अपनी स्वरचित कविता प्रस्तुत करना चाहती हूँ, लेकिन उसका शीर्षक आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं,
क्योंकि मेरी कविता हमारे इस दिवस के सभी महत्वपूर्ण बिंदुओं को बखूबी से प्रतिबिंब करती है। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। नॉक नॉक, नॉक नॉक। उन दिनों का दर्द है तो बताने में क्या हर्ज है। इतने लोग घर में तो बताऊं किसे। अरे जिस दर्द से वो है वो दर्द समझा उसे। पर शायद शायद आपको समझाना बेकार है, क्योंकि खुद का दर्द खुद का स्वीकार है। जिस देवी का रूप उस दानी को अर्जित है, फिर उसका उसी के मंदिर में जाना आखिर क्यों वर्जित है। बुखार बता सकती हो, जुकाम बता सकती हो, सब बीमारी बता सकती हो, तो उस महा की परेशानी क्यों नहीं। पीड़ा पीड़ा होती है तो उस महा की पीड़ा बतानी क्यों नहीं। मेरे पीछे ऐसा क्या कि चारों तरफ एक ही राह। लो ये कह के नहीं थकते, ओए देख देख उसके पीछे वो लाल दाग है। अरे जरा शर्म का पर्दा हटा, सब एक से नहीं होते। ये नहीं कर सकते, वो नहीं कर सकते, ऐसे अंधविश्वासों के बीच इस कदर नहीं बोते। बताएगी नहीं तो खुद को बचाएगी कैसे। जीवन भर का दर्द है, आखिर कब तक और छुपाएगी कैसे। अगर जीवन भर की कहानी है तो कुछ बातें जाननी होंगी। अगर जीवन भर की कहानी है तो कुछ बातें जाननी होंगी। कलंकित तू नहीं, बस जहन में ये बात ठाननी होगी। सही उत्पाद उपयोग और उचित निपटान है जरूरी। पैड टैम्पोन्स कप छोड़, आखिर कपड़ा क्यों बना मजबूरी। खुद को साफ रख, रोजाना स्नान कर, पर्याप्त भोजन लेकर समय समय पर ध्यान कर। लेकिन अब तुम इसे बीमारी ना बताना, करहाव कर कलेश ना कर, ये मत समझाना। आधुनिकता के इस दौर में पृथकता का दौर कैसा। अरे जैसे रोजाना के दिन माहवारी का हफ्ता भी वैसा। बट लेकिन अब खुद को और न सता, अब खुद को और न सता। नेचुरल है पीरियड्स तो खुल के बता। धन्यवाद।
Myths and illusions shattered, the silent struggles made known. Unto the world you provoke your words, brief and bold as it may be. Dispelled the myths and ignited for us to see. Swept away by the sheer excellence, enlightened by your message. Please and solace unto the message bearer.
बहुत खूब शिवानी, थैंक यू सो मच। क्योंकि आपकी कविता वास्तव में वो चीज हमें एहसास करा देती है जिस दर्द से, जिस भावना से आप लोग मेंस्ट्रुअल हाइजीन पीरियड के टाइम से रूबरू होते हैं। let's all appreciate her and her art by giving the reaction of heart. So इसलिए जितने भी लोगों को शिवानी की कविता बहुत पसंद आई हो ना, आप चैट बॉक्स में हार्ट रिएक्ट करके बता सकते हैं। अब आगे बढ़ते हैं। सो नाउ कुर्सी की पेटी बांध लीजिए, क्योंकि अब हम करने वाले हैं एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग इंटरेक्टिव सेशन, और उसमें होगा एक बेहद शानदार सेशन जो कि पूरी तरीके से बेस्ड होगा मिथ्स एंड फैक्ट्स पर। सो आई हम्बली रिक्वेस्ट टू दीपक एंड इमली फॉर द इंटरेक्टिव सेशन।
Thank you sir, very much, Pradyuman. And hello all, welcome to the Menstrual Hygiene Day celebration for the first day, of course. And as you all know, today our topic is myths and facts about periods. So we have few activities for you. The first one will be, a link will be shared below in your chat box in YouTube as well as your Zoom chat box. Please use that link and just hop onto the website. And if you guys don't get the link, use this code. So go to slido.com and use the code hashtag 812375. I hope it's audible and loud and clear. Once again, I'm repeating it again. Use hashtag 812375 at slido.com. Okay, well, I think you all are inside the Slido, and we had a question for you, and that question is, which is the myth about periods which you consider the biggest? We came across many myths. I'm very much sure each and every one of you came across very such myths. So I want you to post the most famous myth which you found in your locality, and which you feel that will be the most famous in our nation as well. Wow, I can see some blasting the website. So we are getting huge responses. Okay, nice.
Exercise should be avoided during the menstruation. Wow, people still believe in that.
And you can't worship and not allowed to go inside a temple? Wow, that's so hurting.
There are some who are mentioning that period is a sign of impurity. Related to that, we can see so many other words like impure, painful, dirty. Cannot tell men.
Not to allow to roam in house. Okay, house. So that's very much hurting as well. Can't touch anything. Okay. They give separate plate, rooms, and clothes. Okay.
Oh, yes, I've heard about it. I think it's somewhere around in Nepal. It seems there are people who build houses just for girls who are in their menstruation. So during their periods, they're supposed to go out and then live in that room. It's kind of painful to hear about it.
It's very much painful. We cannot worship God. Untouchable. Taboo to talk. Oh, we are getting so many responses.
Yes, there's someone who is mentioning that we cannot eat pickles during the periods. Oh, that's a funny one for me.
Oh my God. Well, I'll give you 2 more minutes. Come on, guys. I'll just wrap it up.
Oh, I can see one positive thing here. They're saying nothing. So I think that means they haven't experienced or seen any meat right now. And then some of them are saying natural. So I think I hope they're saying that, periods is a natural thing, and then they don't believe in this meat. I think that's what they're trying to say.
I'm so happy that at least a few audience have something positive among them. Okay, in chat box we have one myth. We can't sleep on bed. We have to sleep on floors. So, okay, cool. We're getting many responses. And
wow. One hurts by hearing that.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. And thank you everyone for your polls. So as you have all seen, we have came across many myths. And I thought that we will find only one or two which is more famous and more dominant. But we found that there are n number of myths, nearly an infinity number of myths which are to be broken. So I hope you found the myths and you're very much sure about those myths. So next I would like to welcome Imlikala to give you some facts.
Okay, so I'm not an expert. I'm not a gynecologist. I've just collected some points from the internet, and then I came here to share it with us. Okay, so I just have a few points, just 6 of them. So I hope you guys like it, because I just read it as like some fun facts and also tips. So let's just dip right into it. So number 1, it is heard that you cannot take vaccine because you're on your periods. Yeah. So whoever are on your periods, you don't take your COVID vaccine right now, okay? Because it is not good for your health. Okay.
I don't think so.
No, it's there. I think.
Okay, I believe you. I trust you.
Okay, yeah, of course. We're sisters and brothers and sisters, so you should believe me. Okay, let's just go to the second point. If you walk over a garden during your periods, then the bland ties.
That's so cruel. No, Emily, I think you're making fun of us.
No, I'm not. I saw it today. I was just, researching it. I found it on the internet. Someone forwarded me through WhatsApp. So I don't think that person is wrong. Okay. Number 3. Don't wash your hair during your periods because, it might fluctuate your cycle. So you're not supposed to wash your hair during your periods.
I'm not an expert in this. I won't comment anything.
Yeah, in fact, some of them suggest that you shouldn't even take part during your periods.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Okay. You'll be shocked by this one, okay? The 4th point.
I'm already shocked.
Wait. I have more.
Oh.
Menstrual cramps means it is a sign of infertility. So if you're having pains during periods, doctor.
Oh, I'm very much shocked. Okay, moving on.
Moving on, yes. Do not exercise or play sports during the periods.
I think you're contradicting Priya's statement.
No, but it's written here, and I don't think it's wrong because WhatsApp forwards can be very helpful.
And now it's time to reveal the truth, I guess.
No, I have one more point here.
Oh.
Tampons will break your hymen and it will make you impure. So we should not use tampons.
I'm getting huge support from the chat box. Thank you guys, you're supporting me.
Yeah, I feel like through the chat box I can see that I'm scaring people off. Okay, people, you don't have to be scared. You don't have to worry about anything. I was just kidding. Those are all facts. Yes, these are all myths that we have started believing in it. And then, once we start believing in something, it becomes true. It becomes a fact. So whenever we're forwarding something, any information, it could be, right now we're talking about periods, but it could be about anything right now. As mentioned, these myths, we started believing in it. There's a saying called, anything is possible if you believe in it. Yes, in our society, all these, ideas that came from, I don't know, somewhere, we started believing in it, and then we started practicing in it. And then that is it affects our life negatively in the society as well as an individual. So through this activity, I just want to encourage every one of you as a scout, as a guide, or as a responsible citizen. We should always, research, question about the facts, doubt it. Just a little bit nosy about it, start it before forwarding messages or any other facts. That is all. That is all I want to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emily, for breaking all those myths around. And moving on, we won't stop here. We want you all to be educated and share these messages. So here we have a post activity for you. So I hope all of you got your myths busted right now. And just blast a chat box. We are very much happy to read all those comments and chats. So moving on to the post activity, I would like to share my screen and show you something. So as you can see, we have Emily over here, lovely Emily, with a myth which is being broken. So the myth she wrote was, no vaccine during periods. Is it a myth or a fact? Come on, guys, put some chat, put some yes or no kind of thing. Okay, I'm waiting for your responses. Okay, wow, we are getting a huge response. I hope this is an interactive session for sure. And moving on, so we are very much sure that this is a myth. And Emily has just now broke the myth and she is going to post it in her social media. And now I want all of you guys to do the same. Just write whatever myth you feel should be broken in the future coming generations, or maybe in any year or so. So write the most famous myth which you want to break and score it off with a red marker or a highlighter, whichever you feel comfortable. And take a picture just like our Emily and post it in your social medias and wherever possible, and spread this positive message. So that's my side. I hope you all will do this and we will be supporting you from our end. Thank you so much, guys. Over to Pradyuman and Emily.
थैंक यू सो मच दीपक भाई एंड एमली। अब तो सबको पता ही चल चुका होगा कि सच क्या है और झूठ क्या है। सच बात है, हर सुनाई देने वाली चीज हमेशा सच नहीं होती। कुछ सच ऐसे भी होते हैं जो हमसे रूबरू नहीं होते। लेकिन कार्यक्रम अब थोड़ा सा संजीदा होने वाला है, क्योंकि अब जब काव्य और कविता की बात पीछे हो ही चुकी है, तो क्यों ना मैं भी एक कविता आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करूं। मेरी कविता कुछ इस तरीके से है। ये लाल रक्त पीढ़ियों की सीढ़ी है, ये लाल रक्त पीढ़ियों की सीढ़ी है, मासिक धर्म कोई पाप नहीं। ये तो देन है प्रकृति का, अगर ये नहीं तो मनुष्यों में प्राण नहीं। ये तो स्त्रियों की पीड़ा है, मिला है प्रकृति से वरदान यही। मंदिर मस्जिद जाने को रोकते हो, ये लाल रक्त कोई अभिशाप नहीं। ये तो सम्मान है उनका, स्त्रियों में स्त्री होने का अभिमान यही। इसी से किलकारियों का संसार है, इसके बिना होता सृष्टि का निर्माण नहीं। सो नाउ अब बात थोड़ी सी आगे बढ़ाते हैं। आगे बढ़ाने के लिए अब बारी है आपके उन सवालों के जवाब को आपको बताने की, जिन सवालों को आपने हमसे ओपिनियन फॉर्म में पूछे थे। चूंकि आपके सारे सवालों के जवाब इस सेशन में आपको धीरे धीरे करके मिल ही जाएंगे, लेकिन फिर भी हमारी टीम ने आपके कुछ सवालों को चुना है, और उन चुने हुए सारे सवालों के जवाब अब आपके सामने हमारे बीच में लेकर आने वाले हैं सिंधु मैम और हिमांशी दी।
Hello guys.
Hi Himanshi.
Hi Sindhu.
Hey Himanshi, did you read the responses we got in the
Yes, so many of them.
Yeah, we got 903 responses. Out of it, 65% were women. That was shocking to me. So, shall we take up the questions? We'll spread the questions throughout the 3-day seminar. Let's take some 8 questions today and go ahead with the rest further ahead, okay? Shall we start?
Yes, Sindhu, of course. So, the first question which we have got is, why are menstrual products not provided to the women or menstruators who cannot afford it?
Yes, there are many NGOs who are striving to provide, promote and distribute free menstrual products or make it at low cost. Though it is still in the beginning phases, we all should take a step ahead and help them as well. Going further, there are NGOs who have submitted petition to the government for reduction of the tax rate on these menstrual goods as well. I hope this will all help promote provide this menstrual products for affordable cost or for free.
I hope that too, Sindhu. Thank you so much. Moving forward to the next question. How can we normalize the idea of menstrual hygiene in rural India?
So the best way I feel, Himanshi, is to talk about it. जब तक हम बात करने से कतराएंगे, तब तक ये नॉर्मल नहीं हो सकता। पहले हमें खुद को समझना है कि क्या पीरियड्स क्या होता है, और इसमें कुछ छुपाने जैसा कुछ नहीं होता है। जब तक हम नॉर्मलाइज करते हैं, तब तक नॉर्मल हो जाता है।
You're right. I agree with you. So that's what we have initiated here at Scouting and Guiding, and that's why we kept the menstrual hygiene celebration. Now the next question which we have got, Sindhu, is they just want to know what to do to avoid depression during periods, because you know it's lockdown and we all are here, we cannot meet our friends, go out. So what is the best solution, you think?
So I know I've been in that phase as well. So the best thing to do is love what you do. If you love painting, drawing, planting, singing, dancing, do what you like. If you don't feel like doing anything, just take a small nap, eat chocolate. It'll help you reduce the endorphins. I think if you do all this, just make sure you do small things a day.
that will make you happy during your periods?
It already makes me happy to just even listen to this. So I think doing it would really be fun, Sindhu. Thank you so much. Moving forward to the next question. Here we have got a question which seems a bit like it. So the next question which we have got is, इससे निकलने वाले blood से अगर किसी दूसरे को छू जाए तो क्या उससे किसी इन्फेक्शन का खतरा है?
बिल्कुल नहीं, ये वही ब्लड है जिससे जिंदगी, नया जिंदगी आता है। ये तो बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं होता है इसकी वजह से। ये तो शारीरिक, it is a natural thing which happens. It is not poisonous or harmful to anyone.
You're right, I agree, because it comes out from our body and it is part of ours.
Okay, अब मैं कुछ सवाल पूछती हूँ। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, एक दिन में कितना पैड यूज करना चाहिए? तुम कितना यूज करते हो?
Okay, so to be honest, I usually do use it for 6 to 8 hours, and that's what doctors also say. But it completely depends on the situation. It depends कि आपका flow कितना ज़्यादा है, कितना ज़्यादा periods flow है, उसी के basis पे आप pads को उतना frequently change कर सकते हैं. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा है तो आप उसे 3 से 4 घंटे में भी बदलें. But अगर कम है तो याद रखें कि आप उसे 8 घंटे से ज़्यादा use ना करें. Then it could be a reason of infection.
I agree with you. It could lead to infection if you use it more than 6 to 8 hours. अगला सवाल, what precautions should you take during your periods? What will you take?
Okay. So what I generally do when I get my periods, I avoid taking or eating cold drinks or cold food. And I take warm water. That also helps me in easing my cramps. Other than this, meditation and yoga, that helps a lot during the periods. And one more thing which I would like to add here, I know that most of us are foodie, and especially during periods, we get cravings to eat a lot of things, but we should try avoiding salty or sour food during.
Yes, I do get a lot of cravings to eat salty and sour food, especially during periods, but we should avoid it for lesser pain. Okay, अगला सवाल, मेरी बेटी को भी मेरी तरह ही परेशानी होती है। हर महीने के 4 दिन वो बीमार रहती है, उसके पेट बहुत ज्यादा दुख करता है, उसे उल्टियां भी होती है, इसे क्या करना चाहिए? This is a question.
I see. Sindhu, I think it does not happen in the case, in general case of periods, but if happens just once or twice, so it could be the reason that you are not taking your diet properly. And if it is happening frequently, the first and foremost thing which I would say is immediately go and consult a doctor, a gynecologist.
I think, yeah, gynecologist would be a better option than us, because it's not normal, right? Okay, next. Period के दौरान भगवान जी के मंदिर के पास कोई नहीं जा सकता है, उनकी कोई वस्तु को छू नहीं सकता है, क्यों?
Okay, so Sindhu, here I would also like to add my experience. My grandmother, she asked the same thing from my mother to do it. And yes, we did also follow that for a few years. But as soon as we got the knowledge, we stopped doing that. So this is the myth. And yes, I would like to explain that in Hindi, as this question has been asked in Hindi here. मुझे जनरली ऐसा लगता है कि ये जो नियम बनाए गए थे पीरियड्स के दौरान रखने के लिए, ये इसलिए थे कि जिन्हें भी पीरियड्स आते हैं, विमेंस हो या कोई भी मेंस्ट्रुएटर, उस पीरियड्स के दौरान उन्हें थोड़ा आराम मिल सके अपने रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी से, वो काम जो वो डेली बेसिस पे करती है उसे थोड़ा सा आराम मिल सके और वो जाके रेस्ट करे. बट कब ये सारी चीजें जो विमेंस की ईज के लिए बनाई गई थी, वो कब उन्हीं के लिए डिफिकल्ट कर दी गई, हमें पता भी नहीं चला, और इसे हमने कल्चर का नाम दे दिया, एक नियम का नाम दे दिया. सो आई पर्सनली थिंक दैट देयर इजंट एनी सच थिंग दैट यू शुडंट वर्शिप, बिकॉज द रियलिटी इज कि हम मंदिर, मस्जिद, गुरुद्वारे या चर्च में जाएं और हम मूर्तियों के सामने बैठकर पूजा भी करें, पर अंत में भगवान तो हमारे अंदर ही रिसाइड करते हैं. So that's the thing, and I think the best answer of this is already given by our Shivani in her poem.
Right. So thank you हिमांशी for your time. ये तो आज के लिए इतना ही क्वेश्चन आंसर है, बाकी दोनों और दिन को रखेंगे. So guys stay tuned, हम और डिस्कस करेंगे और दिन 2 दिन में.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anonymous, have you fulfilled your query? I hope you're satisfied with the questions and answers. If you're not, don't worry, we have 2 more days to go, right?
बिल्कुल इमली, अगर आप अभी तक अपने सवालों के जवाब नहीं ले पाए हैं तो हमारे पास 2 दिन और हैं और उन 2 दिनों में आपको आपके सवालों के जवाब जरूर मिल जाएंगे. अब बात थोड़ी सी आगे करते हैं, बात करते हैं इंडियन कल्चर की. ये तो सच है कि माहवारी ये प्रकृति की देन है, लेकिन हमारे समूचे भारतवर्ष में प्रकृति को माँ के बराबर की उपाधि दी गई और एक माँ कभी भी अपने बच्चों की भलाई के लिए कुछ बुरा कर सकती है? नहीं, एक माँ हमेशा अपने बच्चों की भलाई के लिए कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा करती है. इसलिए अब बारी है कुछ ऐसे उपचारों को जानने की जो प्रकृति माँ की गोद से मिले हुए प्राथमिक उपचार हैं, यानी कि कुछ नेचुरल ट्रीटमेंट्स जानने की जो आपको पीरियड्स के टाइम पर राहत दे सकते हैं.
I wish you all a very happy menstrual hygiene day. Now, let's talk about a very common disorder in women, menorrhagia, which means excess bleeding. Menorrhagia is an abnormally heavy and prolonged menstrual period at regular intervals. Causes of menorrhagia. Causes may be due to abnormal blood clotting, disruption of normal hormonal regulation of periods. Home and herbal remedies for menorrhagia: ginger, garlic, sesame, and turmeric. Let's start our procedure. Ginger, garlic, sesame, and turmeric. All these ingredients are available in our kitchen. Take equal amount of all these ingredients. Add to a bowl. All these are boiled in water and made a form of decoction. Take twice a day for 5 days to cure menorrhagia. Hi everyone, I'm K. Sahasradari from Telangana State. I'm here in front of you to speak about oligomenorrhea. Oligomenorrhea means irregular menstrual cycle, which means irregular periods. Here in front of you with first herbal remedies. In this process, I used aloe vera plus honey. Now, let's start our procedure. In this procedure, the 2 main ingredients are aloe vera and honey. This is aloe vera crushed pulp. Take it to a bowl. 3 spoons of aloe vera pulp and add same amount of honey. Stir it well. Take it orally twice a day. This is the best remedy to treat oligomenorrhea. Welcome back. Now, let's start another remedy for oligomenorrhea. In this process, the 2 main ingredients are hibiscus flower and cow milk. Wash of hibiscus and boil it in cow milk. Take once in a day for 3 days to treat oligomenorrhea. Thank you.
Sindhu from Telangana State. Hypomenorrhea is a condition in which a person suffers from scanty bleeding during her menstrual periods. Remedies for hypomenorrhea: aloe vera juice along with garlic and mixed with jaggery and boiled 2 teaspoons twice daily for 7. This is alternative remedy for hypomenorrhea. Remedy for hypomenorrhea is prepared by me. Fresh leaves are ground and made in the form of small bowl. Take 1 bowl along with cow milk. This is alternative remedy for hypomenorrhea. Thank you.
My name is B. Sandhya, Ranger from Telangana State. So, our topic is dysmenorrhea. Dysmenorrhea is a medical condition characterized by severe pain. Dysmenorrhea have characterized different kinds of pain like abdomen pain, stomach ache, back pain, and nausea. Take 250 ml of water in a bowl and
Add 2 grams of cardamom powder and 2 grams of clove powder and small ginger, and boil it for 4 or 5 minutes. Then our decoction will be ready, and strain into a glass. Take daily on morning during menstruation a small glass. We can control by these recipes. Thank you. To control the dysmenorrhea menstruational pain, so take some fresh coconut leaves and a small piece of jaggery. Make them into a paste and make them into a small bowl. Take daily 2 or 1 at morning. So we can control this dysmenorrhea problem by these recipes. Thank you for watching.
Nature's way is the best way of healing. I sure hope you will be following the practice and it will come in handy. This is sad, but I hope you enjoyed the session. Unfortunately, it is coming to an end. Well, soon a link will be put in the chat box as well as in the comment section. And for that, we have someone who is here to help us understand what the link is really about.
Thank you, Emily. So I would like to share the questions which we have in the feedback form with us. So the first and foremost important thing is your email address. Make sure you're putting the correct email address if you want to receive the e-certificate on 28th of May. And it is also necessary to fill all 3 days feedback form if you want to receive the e-certificate. So the first question we have for you guys is your name, your state, your active phone number. If in case we don't get any information or any information is missing, probably we can call you and ask. Then the next question we have got is, who are you? Please let us know whether you are a guide, you scout, rover ranger, or unit leader or anyone. Then moving forward, we want to know from you guys, क्या ये आपका menstrual hygiene day से related पहला celebration था जो आपने attend किया है webinar में? The next question which we have got is, from where did you get the information? क्या आपको आपके friends के through पता चला या Scout Guide website से, social media से या फिर कहीं और से? Do you feel that information provided in the webinars fulfilled your doubts? So I hope most of your questions will already have been answered by the sessions we have taken. And even if there are still remaining, we have 2 more days of webinar going ahead. Now, here we would request you to let us know that how did you find the content, whether it was useful and beneficial for you guys. So we have the ratings available from 1 to 5. 5, if you really loved the session, it was really beneficial for you. 4, if it was very good. 3, if it was good. 2, if you thought it was average. And 1, if you did not like it. Next one is, how likely would you recommend this webinar to a friend? क्या आप आपके friends को भी ये webinar suggest करेंगे? What will be your opinion on joining the event again? क्या आप जो आने वाले next webinars हैं वो join करना चाहेंगे हमारे साथ? Now, did you enjoy the activity sessions? So as we had myths and facts happening with us and many other activities which were going on, interactive sessions, did you enjoy that? Let us know here. Then what were your favorite or least favorite moments in the webinar? तो जो part आपको इस session में बहुत अच्छा लगा वो भी आप बता सकते हैं, या जो बिल्कुल भी अच्छा नहीं लगा है, बहुत कम अच्छा लगा वो भी बता सकते हैं. You can freely share any related experiences with us. And at the last, any suggestions for us to improve and make this event more interesting? If you think that anything we should change, add, please let us know in the suggestion box here so that we can improve that in coming two webinars. Now, before I end, I wanted to give important information that this link will also be put up in YouTube comments for you guys. So please pay attention, and also in the webinar chats. But a condition: you guys will have limited time to fill the form. As soon as we close the webinar, you'll have 15 to 20 minutes to fill the form. So I hope you guys will pay attention to that. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सो मच हिमांशी दी। अब जल्दी जल्दी चलते हैं फीडबैक फॉर्म की ओर। सो दोस्तों, अब आप सब भी जाकर अपना चैट बॉक्स ओपन कीजिए। वहां पर हमारी एचआर टीम ने आपको एक स्वीट, सिंपल और प्यारी सी लिंक दी होगी। उस लिंक को आप क्लिक करोगे तो आपके सामने हमारा फीडबैक फॉर्म खुलेगा। आपको एज फास्ट एज सून फॉर्म को फिल करके हमें देना है, ताकि हम जल्द से जल्द आपके ई सर्टिफिकेट्स बना सकें। एक बात और याद रखिए, अगर आपको ई सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए है तो आपको आने वाले दोनों सेशन और इस सेशन को मिलाकर आपको हर एक सेशन का फीडबैक फॉर्म जरूर भरना होगा। इसीलिए इसी कारण पर हम आपको एक एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेंट के तौर पर मानकर आपका ई सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू करेंगे। अब हम बात कर लेते हैं। मैंने तो अपना फीडबैक फॉर्म भर दिया क्योंकि मुझे सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए, आपको चाहिए ना? जल्दी से जल्दी जाकर फीडबैक फॉर्म भरिए। फीडबैक फॉर्म की लिंक आपके सेशन, आपके चैट बॉक्स तक पहुंच चुकी है। आप सभी लोग जाइए और फीडबैक फॉर्म भरिए। नाउ टाइम, not only an apple a day, but gratitude and thankfulness can also keep us away from the doctor. Now I give time to our beloved Sri Rajkumar Kaushik sir, Director of Bharat Scouts and Guides, BSG, to deliver the vote of thanks and bless us.
Thank you very much, all the speakers, respected Khali Saab, all the officials on this Zoom meeting, and my dear children. Really, the topic selected by all of you is very important, especially in regard to the Indian culture. आप लोगों ने जो ये टॉपिक चुना है बहुत ही अच्छा टॉपिक है, और हमारी संस्कृति में जो कुछ चल रहा है उसके मुताबिक आज की डेट में इसकी बहुत जरूरत थी। And I have gone through, I was available for from 5 p.m. to till now, and I have listened each and every point what you people have discussed so freely. Really, it is a good symptoms of we all Indians actually, because we people are so I don't mind even to say mean-minded in certain things, especially in regard to the menstrual period. Even in Hindi, if you know, not only in Hindi we called it Mahavari, as well as we called it Masik Dharam, right? You see the word Dharam. Dharam means religion. Religion means God. So that means the period which has been felt by us not good, it is related to the God. I mean the God has given a gift not to the man, only to the woman. And we should respect the woman who is conceiving the child, keeping a 9 month in her body and then delivering it. Today what we are only because of a lady. And if this Mahavari or a Masik Dharam is not there, definitely there will not be a man or a woman in this world. So I salute my old daughters, my sisters, my mothers, who are suffering if I will say, suffering with all those problems which has been created by our old generations. Now, new generation doesn't have such type of things. Now, how openly all of you are discussing this issue. But even though, even in my family, if I will say my wife, right, when she got this period every month, she's not going to the temple inside, right? And even previously when she was new, so she was not going to the kitchen. Then I asked, why you are not going to the kitchen? Why you are not preparing the food? No, 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 I'm having some problems. So somehow now after that she has recovered and she now understands that this is a gift of the God. It is not a punishment to a woman. So proud to be a woman, proud to have this period with you, and we all, man, also should understand because it is my personal experience when I was in one of the region. I will not tell the name of the state because I don't want to put the blame on that particular state. लेडीज को जब पीरियड का टाइम आता था मैं देखता था इवन जितनी बार वो वॉशरूम जा रहे हैं उतनी बार उनको नहाना है राइट जितनी वो किचन में नहीं जा सकते हैं पलंग पे नहीं सो सकते हैं दे हैव टू बी ऑन द ग्राउंड ओनली दे कैन नॉट स्लीप इवन ऑन द बेड such type of behavior we people used to have with the ladies. So now the time is changing, and we hope that with your this seminar, our all young girls who have now spoken very good, only webinar will not work unless otherwise you people will give this publicity in the public, especially in our rural areas where the most girls are suffering. That is in rural areas, not in the cities. Cities, the percentage is very few. So congratulations to the WAX team of Bharat Scout Guides. Definitely you people have organized a wonderful webinar. And also I congratulate all the Darshana Madam, Himanshi and all the IT team for the maximum number. Day before yesterday also, when the youth committee organized the forum about the vaccination, there are about I think 530 or 535 number of participants were there. But today now it has crossed more than 545. So it is the highest number in the webinar of the Bharat Guides. So that means that how much important this topic is. And the speakers, whether it is Jimli or Himanshi or whoever has spoken, really, I must congratulate to all of you, and not only congratulate on the behalf of our Chief National Commissioner, Dr. Khandelwal. I thanks all of you for spoken so freely on this important topic. So let us have a faith that we must respect to the woman, we must respect to our young girls, and we should give them full support. What our Priya also told that during the testing camp, she got a full support from our leaders, from our staff members, and in the Bharat Guides, definitely a day is very soon coming when instead of because you people used to say that the scout wing is having a more sensor than the guide wing, but I feel that in the future you people will be more than us, and not only that, even in the important post also, even I will say that openly that even the director also tomorrow maybe some lady may be the director of the Barsum Guides in place of Rajkumar Kaushik. So I congratulate all of you, and I salute to my guide wing for wonderful program. Thank you once again, and I can thanks on behalf of all the Bharat Guide, for all the speakers, for all the people who are available on this Zoom meeting as well as on the YouTube also. And I wish everybody a healthy and safely life because of this COVID. I pray God that all of you should be safe and should serve the community and serve the nation during this pandemic. Thank you very much once again to all of you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wise words. और वास्तव में अब वक्त है बदलाव का, क्योंकि आज ब्रदर्स डे है और एक भाई होने के नाते आप ये प्रतिज्ञा तो ले सकते हैं कि अब ऐसे टबू टॉपिक्स पर आप खुलकर बात करेंगे। अपनी बहन के लिए एक सुगम और सुचारू रूप से आसानी से चलने वाले मंथली मासिक धर्म को वो आप सुचारू रूप से कंटिन्यू करेंगे। मैं इसके बाद बस कुछ लाइन ही कहने वाला हूँ, क्योंकि हमारा जो कार्यक्रम है वो अपने अंतिम पड़ाव में पहुंच चुका है। अंतिम पड़ाव में मुझे पता है आप लोगों को अभी इस कार्यक्रम को और आगे ले जाना है। आप लोग चाहते हो कि ये कार्यक्रम और आगे जाए, किंतु हम सभी लोग समय के बाध्य हैं, और जब समय के बाध्य होते हैं तो कुछ ना कुछ चीजें समय के हिसाब से पूरी होती हैं। मैं कुछ पंक्तियां आपके सामने बोलना चाहूंगा। कोई कुकर्म नहीं, प्रकृति का नियम यही। कोई कुकर्म नहीं, प्रकृति का नियम यही। इसमें उसकी गलती नहीं, उसके दर्द का एहसास नहीं। मुश्किल दिन में साथ नहीं, फिर क्यों मजाक बना रखा है, क्यों अपवित्र बता रखा है। जब जीवन का है आधार यही, तो फिर क्यों मंदिर मस्जिद में प्रवेश नहीं। जाने की रसोई में क्यों इजाजत नहीं, ये छूना नहीं, वो छूना नहीं। सोच में कोई भी बदलाव नहीं। पीरियड्स के नाम से कतराते हो, मानो जैसे पाप है। पाप नहीं, ये पाक है। उनके अस्तित्व का कारण ये सोच बदली है कुछ, पर अभी भी वो बात नहीं। कुछ बदलाव भी लाना है, काली प्लास्टिक से उसे बाहर लाना है। और जब तक वो ये ना कह दे मासिक धर्म से हूं, कहने में सर्फ नहीं। अब चलिए, सो वक्त आ गया है आप सभी से विदा लेने का। लेकिन विदा लेने से पहले मैं आप सभी को बताना चाहूंगा कि हम आपसे दोबारा मिलेंगे। दोबारा मिलेंगे, हाँ बिल्कुल, 26 तारीख यानी 26 ऑफ मई 2021 को 5 PM to 7 PM वी आर स्टे ट्यून्ड, और हम लोग आपके सामने फिर से उपस्थित होंगे इसी टॉपिक पर, क्योंकि आपको जैसा कि पता है ये सेशन बहुत ही शानदार जाने वाला है। सो अब चलिए, वक्त आ गया है आप सभी से विदा लेने का। फिलहाल आज के लिए टाटा, गुड बाय। घर पर रहिए, मास्क पहनिए, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का पालन करिए। स्टे सेफ, स्टे हेल्दी। गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल। बाय बाय, टेक केयर।